information?
I haven't suppressed anything. I honestly can't remember whether he gave us any opinion on this.
But nevertheless, it seems to me that a responsible NDPP would have asked the senior counsel on brief for an advice on the prospects of defending the application.
In my view, I had the opinion of a very senior, experienced team from the NPA, and I accepted their advice.
I'm talking about before you obtained the opinion of Advocate de Kock. Advocate de Kock gave you an opinion only on the 27th of June, but you had been seized with the matter as soon as February 2019. I'm asking you, you've said initially you did not obtain advice. Later you said you don't recall if you obtained advice, but I'm asking you, it seems the most prudent thing would have been to ask the advocate you have briefed for advice. Why did you not do that?
In my view, the most experienced persons to give me advice on this racketeering issue would be persons in the NPA who are experienced with racketeering. And that is why I decided the most appropriate and reasonable way would be to get not just one person, but a panel of 4 people, very experienced in these issues, to give me a view on this.
Yes. And I just want to make sure that I've given you a fair chance on the question whether you did or did not obtain advice from Mr. Hilton Epstein, because I'm going to ask the panel to give me a chance to consult with him and to ask him whether or not he gave you advice. And you've given so far 2 inconsistent answers. One, I don't remember. Other, no, he did not give me advice. Do you want to consider your position?
No, I really am trying to think about what happened at the time. My initial response was, in fact, I really don't remember, but having thought more, I'm inclined to think that I did not get it from him. But of course, you are most welcome to speak to him, and we will also check our files to see if there's anything to that effect. But we're certainly not suppressing anything.
Now, my instructions are that, in fact, there was a meeting with Mr. Epstein on the 6th of March, 2019, called by you at your office, which included the state attorney, Mr. Sebele Metza. Do you remember that?
I did have meetings with Mr. Epstein.
You did have meetings with him?
It may have, in fact, been more than one, because he had been dealing with a number of matters in the NPA. And so I just wanted an update on what was going on.
Yes, I'm asking you about one meeting, which is the 6th of March, 2019. Not asking you about other meetings.
All I'm saying is that I did meet with him, and that is possibly also a date on which I met with him.
Now, that meeting, I understand, was also attended by Counsel for Major General Boysen, Advocate Anton Katz. Do you have any comment on that?
Unless my memory is failing me, I can't recall having a meeting with Boysen Katz and Epstein. But I'm not saying that it didn't happen, but I really, at this point, I can't remember that.
Well, it would have been a big story on your diary that you have called the advocate who represents the person who is suing the NPA into the same meeting with the advocate who's defending the NPA. I'm not understanding why you cannot remember such a big event.
Well, it may be a big event in your calendar, Advocate, but for me, I meet with lots of counsel, and I cannot recall whether they were both in the same meeting.
So your answer is, I don't remember.
That is correct. I do not remember.
Just like you don't remember if you got an opinion from him or not.
That is correct.
Yes. Now, I am also told that it was at that meeting that you instructed the state attorney to withdraw the opposition to the Major General Boysen application.
What date was that?
6th of March, 2019. I presume you also can't remember.
I can't.
Yes.
I beg your pardon. The answer, if I understand it, is that you don't remember the meeting
No, whether
where Advocate Katz was present, or what is it that you don't remember?
the last question was whether I gave an instruction to withdraw the opposition to the review application on that date. And I cannot recall that.
Yes. Can I ask you then, Advocate Batohi, because legal opinions are privileged information, can I ask Advocate Epstein to give me from his records the advice, if any, that he gave you?
This is an inquiry seeking to establish the facts. I have no issue with that.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Because it seems to me, if your evidence is that you only took the decision to withdraw the opposition on the 27th of June, after the 27th of June, that would be fundamentally inconsistent with the facts as they happened, which, as I understand, already that decision was taken by the 6th of March, 2019. Would you accept that?
That would be inconsistent, yes.
Yes. All right. We will come back to that topic after I have spoken to Advocate Epstein. Can I ask you another topic? You have repeatedly mentioned state capture in this inquiry. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yes. Now, the definition of state capture as adopted by the Commission under Justice Zondo is a misuse of the state and its organs for private gain or for unlawful aims. Do you accept that definition?
Yes.
Do you have any personal knowledge that Advocate Chauke was involved in state capture?
I don't have any personal knowledge.
Yes, all right. So then it was grossly irresponsible of you to mention state capture in the context of Advocate Chauke when you have no personal knowledge of his involvement in state capture.
Should I comment on that?
If you want to, I'm putting it to you that I will argue that you were attempting to poison the atmosphere when you had no evidence, but you mentioned state capture together with Mr. Chauke.
The reason why I did is that I was asked about why I took certain actions when I did. And I explained that because that was in fact the NPA and capture of the criminal justice system was something that the Zondo Commission was inquiring into. And I couldn't turn a blind eye to the fact that that was what was being inquired into, and that as a responsible national director, in my view, I needed to consider all options. And the only reason why I mentioned it is because I was asked about the context and why I took certain actions. And that was what was also something that was on my mind at the time. So I considered all of this, and therefore I took certain actions.
Advocate Batohi, we are in an inquiry against Advocate Chauke. We are not in a state capture inquiry. My question was simple. You've given me an answer. You have no evidence that Advocate Chauke was involved in state capture. Yet you have repeatedly mentioned state capture in the context of this inquiry into Advocate Chauke. That is what I am saying to you is intentionally designed to poison the atmosphere of this inquiry, to create the impression that Mr. Chauke is involved in state capture, when you know full well that you have no such evidence.
I was asked what were the reasons for me doing certain things at the time. And I explained that that was the context within which I took those decisions.
Yes. Anything else to add?
No.
Now, can I then move on to another topic, just to understand these charges? My understanding of the way in which these terms of